What do dragons mean to you?
I think they mean potential. I think when you go in search of dragons, you're going in search for a deeper meaning. You're going in search of something that's going to give your life something special, something colorful. You're going to gain wisdom and understanding. I think they're threatening. I think that there's danger. And I think there's a little bit of excitement about that, in as much as you really only get to know yourself when you're willing to step into a certain level of risk.
Yeah. So you ran the program for 25 years. Can you tell us how many countries you've been to and how many students have traveled in your program?
You know, I can't tell you how many countries I've been to. We've run programs in over 30 countries, and I haven't been to all of them. I had, I think, somewhere around 10,000 students, and each student, most of the students that would travel on our programs would be on programs for 45 to 90 days. And so if you kind of you do the math, it comes up with well over 500,000 student days in the field. And so every one of those student days, I was ultimately responsible for each of those kids and their experience. So if during those student days, a kid, and it happens, you have 500,000 days or more, someone's going to get bitten by a dog, or they might get, an appendicitis, or they might trip and fall. So I had to deal with a lot of different problems in each of those 30 countries. So even though I've never been to some of those countries, I feel like I got to know them really well.
What do you think is the most important thing for students to learn?
Gosh, the most important thing. I'm gonna say self-reliance, because I think once you and self-love, actually, once you love yourself and trust yourself, you can do anything.
Great. And how does the Where There Be Dragons trips teach them this?
I'm not sure there's a single quick answer to that one, because kids are all shaped differently. And so what we tried to do was come up with a curriculum that would meet each kid where they were. So some kids find themselves through art. Some find themselves through their physical self. Some kids find themselves through a relationship with the natural world. So we would tailor programs so that there would be an engagement with the creative community, with a community of leaders and development professionals and change makers. With the natural environment, we would take them to jungles and mountaintops and reefs. And I think in different places, different kids sort of found their true selves.
Great.
How did you react to having Malia Obama in your program?
Yeah, I was delighted. I mean, I was tickled, and I think that one of the things that I felt really good about was, so when you have Malia Obama as a student, you don't just have Malia Obama as a student. You also have 20 Secret Service people who are following around, and eventually you're going to have a national spotlight on this experience. Like, people are eventually going to know that this is a company that Malia Obama spent 3 months with, and what are they going to see? And so I had to take a big step back and say, okay, where can we do this? And we had, I think, 13 different programs to choose from at that time. And I realized, looking over the 13 programs, that she could have chosen any one of them, and that any one of them would have delivered a really beautiful experience for her. and the right experience and a safe experience and an experience that we could accommodate all of these Secret Service people and still do something really cool. And so I came to pride, I think, that if sort of one of the most interesting and complicated student engagements that we could possibly have could be fit into any one of the things that we were offering, it was very validating.